To the roar.
Let me set you straight, Butterpants. An ogre only roars when he's angry. You don't want to see me angry, do you?
Do it. To the roar.
Roar.
I don't like it.
Pegs, we need another kid.
Oh, shake your pants away.
To the roar.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Target Audience Podcast. TJ here with my co-host Ben.
Hey, how's it going?
And Pierce.
Hey.
All three of us together, and we are coming back with a roar. And I don't mean the Katy Perry song. I mean the movie from 1981 that's literally about a family going to Africa to meet their father who lives with wild lions.
Yo.
You know,
Who picked this one?
That was
I
Pierce.
picked
It was
that.
Pierce.
Okay,
Pierce
Pierce.
brought it up in like casual conversation, and then we were
Yeah.
like, wait, what the fuck?
and the movie's labeled a ferocious comedy, but like the storyline itself doesn't like set up any comedy or anything like that. There's not like, gags or anything.
No, on IMDb it says here it's an adventure, thriller, but everywhere else says it's like a comedy.
Okay, because
I think it was a comedy.
anyone
after
who
the
has
fact.
seen this movie
We laughed.
knows it was not intended to be a comedy.
I think it was a comedy.
I don't
after
know
the
what the
fact.
fuck they intended
Yeah.
since almost all of it is improv. Oh, by the way, sorry, got a key detail here. There's like 150 fucking
big cat.
big cats in this movie,
Lions,
and they're all wild,
tigers.
all untamed, and they're just running around doing big cat shit
Yeah, they don't belong to the circus. They don't
in
know any
every
tricks.
scene.
Yeah, no, it was weird. Even in the credits, in the opening credits, they're just like giving these names of cats.
Yeah, they're like, this is Kaboomba. He's the black lion. He's
Yeah.
a Rhodesian black
You know,
man.
when
We're like,
we were-
alright, cool.
When we were talking about it, like, it was like after we were like filming an episode, or even during the episode we were talking about it, and I remember we all are like, hey, let's just watch that one kind of thing. We watched it like
Yeah.
right after.
I'm glad we watched it as a
Even
group.
even joking about it, like like when you were talking about it, like I couldn't believe how crazy it sounded. Watching it is like a whole other thing. Like you don't understand
Like,
until you see like these lions legitimately like pouncing on people.
Also, I like that
So-
it gives you a warning, not like a warning, but like a pre.
they're very firm up front about saying no animals were harmed for this, and only the animals were unharmed. in
Yeah, we
this.
made a joke. We're like, hey, they didn't say people, and then we're like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
Yeah, so it's like they set up the movie. It's like Dad went to Africa to live with big cats, and the family doesn't quite understand. And they're like, okay, well, we're gonna move to
Time to
Africa
visit
too.
Dad.
Let's visit Dad. And
It's like
it
they
cuts
also
to-
forgot that Dad has a bunch of big cats.
Yeah, and it cuts to Dad, and he's like talking to like this African like trail guide, and you can tell that guy is already very tense about the fact that there's 150 big cats surrounding him, and they're like, haha, there's so many big animals around.
And you know what? Some of the acting's not the greatest, but the fact that they're surrounded by a bunch of crazy wild
Yeah.
animals,
We're
like
able
It's
to
like
read
you
lines.
remember
they're
watching.
doing pretty good.
Do you guys remember watching Jackass? And whenever
Yes.
Johnny Knoxville was very nervous before, like when he was doing the promo, he's like, "This is Johnny Knoxville, and I'm about to get hit by a bull."
Yeah.
And then he gets hit by a bull. That's like every actor in every scene. It's like they know that there's like a puma's behind them, just ready to pounce, and they're just like, "All right, this is my line."
Some of my favorite moments too, because it's like on like some kind of just giant. Was it like a
It's like a
wildlife
big cat
preserve?
reserve, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's parts too where he's just casually like
In
walking-
California, by the way.
He's just casually like walking. No, it's in Africa.
No, it's set in Africa.
Oh,
the actual
it was
Big
shot
Cat
in
Rescue
California.
is
Okay,
shot in
I got you.
California.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because there's certain moments too where he's like, I'm just going in my house, and he like opens the door and shuts it, and then you're like, oh, there's no cats in this house,
And then suddenly,
there's just giant cougars and lions and
tigers.
everything you can imagine.
Every big cat
Every
is
big
in
cat.
this movie.
And then what
Ocelots.
happens? They just start like jumping on him, like, and it's like
Yeah.
at any given moment, these are like untrained, like
it could have just been.
lions.
It could have been a
and
snuff
wild
film.
animals.
The movie had
And you
the
could
biggest
tell, and you could
potential.
tell these lions like definitely were like cool with people in a sense, but they still don't know their own strength. And
Yeah,
they're
they
like
were familiar with
full-fledged
people.
pouncing on
Yeah.
people.
Like it killed me. I laughed harder than I think I've ever
I
laughed.
couldn't believe
Is
it.
it's like right after the scene where it's trail guide talking to the dad of the
Yeah.
family. They step outside and they start walking. All of a sudden, like 6 lions come up full speed and just push this man to the ground. And he's like on the ground, like pushing lions off him, just
Yeah,
trying
more
to get
than
his
one
lines
lion,
out. He's
yeah.
like, haha, sometimes they play a little rough. And just
Yeah.
like bleeding on his arms.
Sometimes
where
they like to play a little rough, and he's like rolling around. There's like 6 lions on top of him.
Yeah,
There's
it's-
a couple points in this movie too where like somebody's like just starts running. And,
Yeah,
like-
because they're like, if I don't run, they'll kill me. And there's like people like run up trees. All the crew had to be in cages while recording this.
Yeah.
It was an intense movie. So many people were hurt on the production of this. Like, I'm talking like triple figure number of stitches on individual people. There were people who were scalped, people who had their legs chewed on, people who've been, they were raked across the back and they just had deep gouges in them.
Tooth going straight through a hand.
Tooth growing straight through their hand. Like, these animals weren't fucking around, and these people were the most committed crew because they were like.
It took 11 years to make, I think, this movie or something like that.
Like Melanie fucking Griffith is in this movie.
Yeah.
She gets her face ripped off by a lion, and they didn't even use that footage. They're like, that's just too hardcore. We can't have that.
We can't put that. in
And
the movie.
what's it say too is like the family comes and they're like, we're gonna visit Dad, and then Dad's like, for some reason, like out.
He didn't fucking warn them.
Yeah, he was out with the African guy.
Dad's like, I'm
trying to
going
stop
out.
poachers.
If I get there, make yourselves at home. Oh, by the way. No, there's no by the way.
Yeah,
They
just
literally
make yourselves
open the
at
door
home.
and they're just like, there's goddamn lions everywhere.
There's a scene where they're all like just stampeding through the house.
Yeah, and
knocking
also the
everything
lions,
over.
they just get into fights sometimes.
Yeah,
With
they
each
record
other.
that.
With each other. Sometimes there's like a fight where it was like 30 lions just getting into it. It was just
Tigers were fighting lions.
Yeah, it was a storm of lions and tigers and dust.
There's
and just
very
tooth and claw.
In terms of plot, it's all over the place, and there's very little of a plot. It's just
There is
more or
no
less-
story. It's like a bullet point.
It becomes a let's go visit Dad to oh my god, we need to survive.
Yeah, and
this,
then and they try to
encounter.
escape via boat, and then elephants show up and literally just destroy their boat.
Yeah,
a
just
bunch of
pick up
angry
their boat.
elephants just fuck their boat up, and they're like, we're getting lifted in the air by elephants by the using their trunks.
Yeah, one guy
And
gets
throwing
picked up.
people away.
One guy
There's
gets
like-
picked up by an elephant. We were talking about like, how cool would it be with just a bit like a trunk just pick you up, and then that's what happens next to the movie.
Yeah,
It just
and
fucking
it's
picks a dude up.
horrifying. Like this movie, like
It's funny, like the whole time you're watching it, you're laughing in awe of
It's so
like I
chaotic.
can't believe that this got made, that this is happening.
Nobody
it was an
died.
idea to begin with.
yeah, like whose idea was this? Someone.
This would be a movie that Johnny Knoxville would make nowadays.
I don't
for,
think you could make this.
for
happen.
like
he wouldn't.
he would do it because it's like, oh, it's so
There's
crazy.
laws.
But this guy was just like wanting to make a movie.
Yeah, and the thing is, this had a $17 million budget in 1981. For it was basically a home movie of a guy just trying his
10
best and
million
not
was
get
hospital
mauled
bills.
alive.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder how much of it is like hospital.
It's like, is that something that's taken into account in the budget of a film?
It has to be
this.
because it's like you're getting like hurt on the job technically.
Is there an upper budget?
I don't know.
I have no idea. I mean,
Like, did they
it's-
fuck with the Twilight Zone budget after John Landis killed those kids?
John Landis himself killed those kids.
With a helicopter? He was behind the wheel, mowing them down.
Jumped out last minute with a parachute.
Was that taken into account? Was that part of the budget?
Or what's that one movie, that Disney movie where the animals died?
All of them?
No,
The one where they were
Homeward
throwing...
Bound, where they went through like 12 dogs?
Is it? What's it? No, it wasn't
No,
Homeward
what's the
Bound,
one with
though,
the
was
pug
it?
and the cat? They went through like
Oh
a bunch
yes,
of pugs
Milo and
cat.
Otis, right?
Yeah, they went through a bunch of pugs and
They
cats.
went
That's
through
what
a
I'm
lot.
probably thinking of.
There's also the one documentary from an old Disney documentary where they just started throwing what are they called? Lemmings off a cliff, saying, "Oh yeah, lemmings jump off cliffs."
Yeah,
to kill
and they
themselves."
don't.
They don't.
They
just
made that
started-
up. They just made up. They just killed a bunch of animals as a joke, and then said that's something that they would normally
Yeah,
do.
it's just like oh, why did we film this? It's like they're gonna ask about this.
yeah,
being
it was
said-
super fucking weird and dumb, and people still think lemmings will jump off cliffs.
Yeah, it's still a thing. It's
That's
like,
persistent. Not the fact that Disney threw a bunch of animals off a cliff.
oh, you mean Disney, the people who are?
They've always been
Responsible
evil. We're
for
just
it.
waking up to it.
Yeah, right.
What do you mean they're evil? They did so much for the black community. They made Black Panther.
They also made Dumbo.
Which is, I can't wait for how they
new
dance
one?
around the crows in the
They are
live
not-
action
There's
remake.
no way the crows pop up in the new one. I'm
Danny
calling
DeVito
now.
voices all of them. Plays 5 people in that movie.
He plays the crows because they can't.
I'm gonna say it.
I'm gonna say someone has to make an edit of the scene with the crows where it's
Yeah.
Danny DeVito going, "I'm gonna say the N word."
That being said, Dave DeVito is like one of the strongest selling points of like I'm probably gonna see Dumbo just because he's in it now.
He's in a lot of
And Michael Keaton. I like Michael Keaton.
who's fucking directing?
Tim Burton?
Tim Burton. He's in a lot of Tim Burton stuff, and he wears
Yeah.
top hats, as people have pointed out.
Yeah,
You know, Dumbo actually does look like they're doing something cool and like reimagining it in a way. Like I think the new live action Dumbo could be something like with a lot of potential.
It's not gonna be like the shitty Jungle Book.
I agree. This actually looks like something.
Aladdin.
You keep talking. I think you mentioned it before with the way Aladdin's coming out and the way they're doing Lion King, where it's just basically a live action shot for shot rehash. Like it's not doing anything new to the story. It's not adding more substance.
It's not a new take on
nothing to it that makes it worth going to see other than
it's
live
so
action.
incredibly tame and inoffensive to people who hold the originals near and dear to them and are so afraid of something new.
I feel like Dumbo will be one of those, like, it'll be like, you know, actually something.
I mean, they started
worth checking out.
When they started the live action stuff. They started with doing like,
Maleficent was the first one. I think,
and they're like, that's a different take. It's like a reason to go see the movie. It's a different take. And then the next one, they're like, we'll just remake it.
Well, Maleficent was just bad. And I think it wasn't people, but there's still people who fucking love that.
They did Beauty and the Beast. I haven't seen that, but Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast was one where you could do like just visually alone, it would look nice in live action.
And that one I hear was also just shot for shot. Wasn't anything new really.
It was nothing fresh.
But
I don't think it marketed itself necessarily.
I will see.
Trying to be.
As much as I fucking hate Aladdin, the new one, just mostly for the Will Smith genie. Just like I don't know how people are gonna stare at that for an hour and a half.
It looks way too real. I know we're talking about controversy. It's like 2 months old now, but
too real.
Yeah, it looks like it's just Will Smith that's painted blue. Like, there's no illusion of it being a character. It's just Will Smith.
It looks like a dumb Snapchat filter used to promo Aladdin.
Yeah, it's just like there's no.
Like my face could be on Genie.
And also, they make him chunky. They make him a big meaty Will Smith.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like okay, so
big,
like
meaty Will Smith.
So like the medium of it being an animation, the Genie in the original Aladdin cartoon is that. He has unrealistic proportions. He's all crazy. He does a lot of tricks with his body. Like, he blows himself up super big. He makes himself look like people.
But then, like, he's always like, kind of chubby.
Yeah. But in this, he has more or less realistic proportions. And we haven't seen anything aside from this one scene. So it's like, well, they might get crazy. But it falls in the uncanny valley of he looks too human. Yeah. So even if they do crazy stuff with him, it's still going to be like Will Smith with an inflation fetish. Like, it's going to be... it's not like... It's just... You can't not see it as... That's just Will Smith.
And but what I was going to say was, they like in the new trailer that they released for Aladdin, they show like a glimpse of like the scene where he's in the cave doing the you never had a friend like me. And like showing like the hands dancing, and it would actually look visually really cool. And I guess that's really the only reason to see the new Aladdin, because the guy who plays Aladdin looks like he's playing Aladdin in a TV movie.
Yeah, like he's on a CW show.
Yeah, like CW the Aladdin,
the one that has all the fictional characters in it. Ever After, right? That's the thing.
Oh, Once Upon a Time.
That okay, yeah.
I remember that show.
My stepmom watched it. It's fucking trash.
It's really bad.
It's all fucking trash.
It's really bad. Anyway, but
so anyway, about Roar.
But seriously, we found Roar on YouTube. Actually,
it's
not that hard to find
on YouTube.
It's a crazy movie. Unfortunately, there's not a lot to talk about because there's not much to it other than watch it because you get to watch a bunch of animals tear people apart.
Yeah, and it's actually
hilarious.
It's crazy.
It's just shocking. Like that it happened. Like when you're
it's
watching,
mind-boggling.
Like you can't help but laugh. It's like just a fucked up National Geographic documentary.
Yeah, it is. It's like if National Geographic, like the film crew, start playing with the lions.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
they're like, hey, let's add a loose plot to this.
It's like if the guy doing the voiceover was like, I think I can hug one of those things.
And that's what's always crazy is to me, like, you know, like anybody that owns like a cat or like a house cat, like they have the same instincts. And just the way a house cat like stalks you around the house and jumps at you and pounces on you.
Like if my cat had another 40 pounds on it, I'd be dead.
That's what I mean. It's like these cats have the same instinct, and even if it's just playing, which a lot of times in this movie, they could have wrecked these humans like no problem.
If any of these lions actually wanted somebody to die at any point during the 2-year filming of this movie, they'd be dead.
And they didn't.
Which is a fucking miracle.
And that's what I mean. All these injuries happen just because a lion's paw is the size of your head, and it just like...
Yeah.
You know what's...
you're done.
A playful swipe wrecks you.
Something that I really liked in this movie was noticing every time, like... Anytime, like, not necessarily a lion attacked, but like a lion would like make a sudden movement in the scene.
And everybody
you could see the actors would be like talking, they'd be like while they're talking, they would do a little like jump, a little shake in their voice happens when they're talking.
Do you think
I thought TJ was nodding at something in the corner, and it really freaked me out. I'm like who's up there?
My cat does that, by the way.
Yeah.
Sometimes my cat
Your
will be
house is
sitting in a
haunted,
room.
that's why.
Yeah, that's true, too.
It's because your house is
Yeah.
haunted.
His house is haunted.
My cat will be sitting in a room and then just like stare at like a side wall and you're like, what are you looking at? And it's just like, cat's like, just messing with me, man. See?
I just spooked myself. I thought there's his reflection in the glass on my mirror or on the window. It's dark outside. I thought there was someone looking in.
Okay,
no,
wait,
what I
can
was
we
gonna
talk about how
wait,
TJ's
Yeah,
house
sorry,
is
you
haunted?
had a point you were trying to get to at some point here.
Real quick. Anyway, do you think I don't know how we would have like if it would be a copyright issue, but can we like somewhat tweak this movie and remake it in a modern day vision? Instead of Roar, we could call it Meow. And it would just be about like you go to visit me,
And there's
and I
300
have a
cats.
shit ton of cats.
300
Like,
cats.
and you have to encounter all these like like I'm just a crazy cat person.
And then a loose plot about how your house is haunted.
I think we're onto something, guys.
300 cats all staring into the same corner. That'd
Oh
be
my
fucking
God.
eerie.
That'd be
Yeah.
eerie. So,
About 300 times more than normal.
I've told you guys my idea about like making like a horror movie themed like cat calendar or posters.
Yeah.
Like Texas Chainsaw Meowsicker. We could do this.
we
Meow.
could with Adam.
The last
No,
mouse,
actually, Adam
yeah.
wouldn't let us do that.
Last mouse on the left.
You can treat this one like horror and just call it meow.
Yeah.
And just do the same
Yeah.
font.
Yeah. And we would change the plot enough because it's house cats. I don't think we would get... like-
No.
No, because it's like parody.
No
It's
one would
parody
give a
law.
shit, yeah.
Yeah.
That's parody law.
You think Melanie Griffith will be in it?
What's she's up to?
Wait, what is Melanie Griffith up to?
No. She could be the crazy cat lady.
Why should she just be dead?
No, she's
No.
not
It's like, oh yeah, she's doing great. She's
Yeah.
dead.
Ooh, she's in... I was say
She's
something
in
wild.
Smilf? The fuck is Smilf?
It's a smart
single-
mom I'd like to MILF? I don't know.
Single mom is losing faith.
Oh, single mom I'd like to fuck.
Oh.
That's what it
But it
stands
says, yeah, it's Showtime. It's a pun.
I'm not gonna watch
for. Wait, go up.
She's also in The Disaster Artist.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, she was I definitely have cancer.
Yeah.
Pirates of Somalia, The Path, JL Ranch, YM50.
I only know like some
Day
of
Out of
the-
Days,
some of
Back
our
to the
older stuff.
Jurassic.
Yeah.
Alright, let's not move. Let's not
All
worry
right.
about
All
that.
right.
Anyway.
Alright, so yeah, that's Roar.
Yeah. I'd say check it out because
No,
it's
definitely
just
check it out
crazy.
for the spectacle of it. It's like
Don't beat yourself up if you don't, though.
no, yeah,
This
obviously-
isn't a must-see.
No, it's
This
not a
is-
must see for
this-
No, it's a fun YouTube hopping discovery. If you come across this, you gotta be like, dude, check this shit out.
You won't turn it off because it's really short. Like, it's
Yeah,
a
it's
little
only
over an
A
hour.
little over an hour, yeah.
So it's like, if you want to skip through and just catch the highlights.
Yeah, no,
no
you're
one
right.
will blame you for
And there's
it.
not
I
much
won't
of a
blame you.
There's,
But honestly,
there's
it's
not
kind
much
of-
of a plot.
It's
No.
kind of nice. Okay, well, actually, now that we didn't really mention the sub or not subplot, but the minor plot it had.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the movie's about family visits dad, and then there's also poachers, and he wants to stop the poachers.
Oh yeah.
You don't really get
Okay.
that from the movie. You
But yeah,
a
the
scene-
poachers get killed, like,
Yeah,
kind
you
of
s-
just, like, immediately, don't they?
You see a scene where like one guy shoots a lion and it tumbles down the
Oh, you're right. You see a lion take a huge fall down, like, a cliff.
yeah down like a steep hill.
Which means that they record that and they're like, alright, we gotta base the whole plot of the movie around this now, because that's the only animal that we technically didn't hurt. That lion
Yeah.
fell on its own.
I feel like
That's pretty much what they did. Is they recorded a bunch of wild animals and then based
Yeah.
a plot around it because these are untrained.
Yeah,
lions.
like they had like a subplot of two lions who had a rivalry because those lions happened to get in a fight at some point in time,
and then
and they recorded it.
And then I remember Ben was saying, like, he's like, basically there's 140 improv performances in this movie.
Yeah.
And thinking about that, I'd love to see an improv group where it's just one guy and 100 lions. And he's like, all right, give me a name, give me a name, give me a name. And then someone's like, Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he's like, all right, okay, get to the chopper. And then a lion just mauls him.
Tough crowd.
Yeah. Like, he's trying really hard to get, like, a skit going, but then the lions just
The lions keep getting in the way.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
That would be an absolute catastrophe.
I want to cut it really badly on that. I can't, but I am going to cut it on this. Overall, I think we had a good time with this.
It's a good drinking movie, I feel like.
Yeah, this is a good
Yeah.
one. Like, if you're just hanging out with some friends and you want something to put on,
Yeah,
you're
this
gonna
is
have a
one.
good time
Yeah, you're
with
gonna have a
this.
good time. You're
Yeah.
gonna laugh your ass off.
that's what we did.
Yeah, it's like a party movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. See ya.
Yeah.
I was gonna do that.
Oh, cool. You could do it. I think I meowed in one of the other episodes.
Meow.